All right, well, fast forward to today's Friday. We ran out of here before we could really get things done, and insurance companies are weird. I guess I could say that fairly. I should have just had this towed to a property I had control of last Saturday. Hope the wind noise ain't too bad. I didn't mic up. But yeah, in order for me to drive this out, haul this out, whatever, myself out of this yard, I got to cough up a big old chunk of change to cover the towing and the storage so far. And in dealing with the insurance and trying to get them to set that up for me, it makes more sense to them somehow to send another tow truck and pick this truck up and move it to a property I have control of, instead of me doing it myself for free. So I can't understand everything, I guess. But anyway, I'm just out here today to tidy up the mess that we left. We're not really going to make any progress, I don't think. I just got a pan of oil still sitting under the truck, and that's about it. Maybe put the intake tubing back together so stuff don't blow around while it's on the truck. It's got to go 5 miles to get to where we can continue on this. So anyway, that's the plan for right now. Going to tidy up this thing, get it ready for transport, and then we'll pick up again probably once we get there, unless something super interesting comes up here, which I doubt. So we'll see ya out at the next location. Maybe we'll hang around and watch the tow truck load it, maybe. I don't know, probably not. Probably go over and prepare for it to arrive at the next spot as soon as I get this cleaned up here. So that's where we're at. Insurance companies would rather pay people to do things that I was going to do for free, but they can't let it sit here because the storage fees. I don't know. Must be some politicians running the place. All right. She's still a pretty girl. That'll be about perfect. Ouchie. I don't know which is more intriguing, the parts that are broken or the parts that aren't. Like, we got this big alley, but right here, why did that not break, but this did? And how on earth did we not get impact even on the trans cooler? I mean, pretty lucky, all in all. Wednesday, today's Friday. This thing took a dunk last Saturday. We went out there, pulled off the snorkel, and water was coming out. Pulled the plugs, all 8 of them, water was coming out. Pulled the drain plug, got footage of that, probably already saw. All that water came out. Basically got all the water out, spun it, and then spun it with the key. And encouragingly, when we spun it with the key, the spark plug wires, which were just laying up here, were arcing, and we could smell some fuel. So the fuel injectors, at least some of them, were shooting fuel. So all signs point to this thing should start. In its current location, hopefully we're within reach from a garden hose from reaching from the house, because I want to get the pressure washer out here and, you know, all of that. Get all this sandiness out of here. Also, since I've got here with it, we didn't get a chance to start it up though, because we got chased out of that place. Still had 4 spark plugs to put back in, and yeah, stuff to do. So since I got here, I cleaned the mud out of this. Fun fact, if you got one of these trucks, you get a big long screwdriver up underneath of that bottom of that air box and just pry on it. There's 2 kind of posts into rubber grommets on the plate down there, and then there's one kind of drain looking fitting down here that sort of shoehorns in. So when you pop these 2 out, you got to kind of work it this direction. It'll slide up and out. Took that over to the hydrant, got it river mudded, and then I took a little oil off the dipstick and lubed up those grommets. You got to get that one shoehorned in, and then they just, with some lube on them, they pop right back in. So I mean, it's kind of wobbly because it's sitting in rubber grommets, but that's the way it's supposed to be. So we got that cleaned out, got the snorkel rinsed out, and you know, mostly dried out. I got it back on. The trick to putting these back on is to take this rubber boot and apply it to the snorkel first, and then throw a little, you know, finger with some oil or tranny fluid on it or something, and then it pops right back on. Make sure it's squared up before you tighten it down. There's one little clip here on the hose that just pushes on, sort of supported it. And then we got our mass airflow sensor, our filter, and our cover to go on. And then I think it's time to run the jumper cables over, and let's see this baby run. I think we got, I mean, we got it. It's as good as it needs to be, I think. I'm not 100% sure because we're sitting on a little angle here. The dipstick on the transmission, Jake checked it the other day when we were sitting a little bit flatter, and he said it didn't look high. Right now it looks high, and I don't know if it's because we're angling this way or if it's because water actually did get in there. So yeah, there's every possibility the water could have got in there. But when I pull the dipstick out, I don't see any signs of water. Of course, I'd be pulling it up through the oil, so I don't know. I think I'm going to risk it though. We're going to get this put back together, get her fired up, and mostly because I want the oil to get circulated. We threw the used oil back in it from the last oil change just for this, just to get it circulated, get the engine warmed up, get the air, or get the water, I mean, that's in it still evaporated out. And yeah, hopefully our transmission is not full of water. Once I get it started, I can check the fluid level again, and hopefully it's not high. If it's not high, whew, no problems. If it is high, once the engine's running, and I can maybe stick it over somewhere flatter, yeah. Well, then we'll have to deal with that too before we can consider it to be fully mobilized. But first things first, finish putting this back together and see if it starts. All right, I got this kind of, maybe it's a crazy idea, but we did bring, well, I don't know, at some point we purchased this siphon pump. Somewhere, probably, I don't know, Walmart probably. Anyway, it says it's a 6-foot siphon pump, which I guess that means there's 3 feet of tube on either side. So with that, oh, might as well plug that in. Where'd the plug go? Uh-oh. Where are you? There you are. Don't you try to hide from me. I will find you. Over, under, around, and through. Maybe like that. Oh, no? Yes? You like that? Or were you over here? You like that better? I think it likes that better. Alright, sorry about that. Forgot to plug in the mass airflow sensor. Anyway, I think I can use this if I don't poke a hole in it. If nothing else, I can use this like a sight tube sort of a thing. I can feed this down the dipstick hole, and hopefully 3 feet is far enough down to get to the bottom. And then, yeah, hopefully I can feel it bumping on the bottom, and then out of there. I don't know, will that work? I mean, it's better than not trying anything, right? Which way do you work? Of course I get a phone call right now. Okay, so this is the out, that's the in. Cut. Yes, sir.
Do you know where the hunting bar?
Try this again. Okay, so the plan is pull the transmission dipstick before we start it up. We don't want to be circulating a bunch of water if we don't have to. We got this silly siphon thingy. This seems to be the in, that seems to be the out. And hopefully, I could probably ram a coat hanger up there to get it to stay straight. But that requires going and finding a coat hanger. And, well, yeah. I don't want to do that right now. Alright, well, I feel like that's... what do I gotta do here? Oh, okay, maybe. Well, it's not very powerful. Hyper tough. You could have made it a little more, you know, something. All right, but we got basically, oh, come on, back up here. We got transmission fluid coming up. And I see no signs of water. So I'm assuming a couple of things here that I probably shouldn't, and you probably shouldn't. Considering the name of the channel is Jackwagon, you probably shouldn't, try to learn too much from me. But I'm assuming that my tube stayed fairly straight, and so I'm assuming that I was drawing from the bottom of the pan. Could be wrong. Could be assuming way too much. But I saw no signs of water, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue on to let's jump start this thing and let it run. I don't think we got water in the trans that's gonna suck through the pan and all that, or suck through the pump and all that. I think it's just that it hasn't ran in so long, and the angle that we're sitting at is why it looks high. So that's my official scientific determination. All right, well right now I'm just kind of doing a sniff test. Still smells like bullfrog behind in here. We got the jumper cables hooked up. Since the other day, we've seen some improvements because now I have lights, headlights, taillights. The instrument cluster seems to be coming to life. The little driver information part that shows your odometer is not coming to life. Excuse me. So you can kind of see the water line there. And let's see, I don't have a door chime. And for some reason, the wipers don't want to be off. So they want to stay on that low intermittent setting. Oh, I think we squirted some juice or something too. So anyway, we do have our gear selector. Oh, okay. I think we're gonna pull the fuse on the windshield wiper. For some reason we're showing a neutral red over here. We're not gonna touch that for right now though. All right, I'm gonna let it charge the battery a little bit, and I'm gonna work on getting the looks like 25 amp windshield wiper fuse taken out, and then we'll give her a crank. Oh yeah, the clock came on too. And the doors just did their automatic unlock when I pulled the key. All right, good signs, good signs. I have door lightage. Sorry, I just wanted to play with some more things. We got windowage. Got more windowage. That one's a lot cleaner. Well, that's cool. Uh-oh. I lost door windowage again. What happened? Well, we had door windowage once, and now we don't. Okay. Well, anyway, exciting. A light. Jumper cables aren't melting. These are high quality. They're probably older than, well, I don't know. Might be as old as this truck. Nothing's arcing or melting, so that's good. We're gonna give that a few minutes, see if maybe this submarine battery has any life left in it. When the purple submarine here sank, the lights were stuck on. Like all the lights. There's video footage somewhere of all that. So the battery got completely drained. Also, it was underwater. So, probably gonna need a new battery. But maybe, just maybe, this one will hang in there a little bit. Only one way to find out. We gotta get some charge on it. So, give it a few minutes and then we'll turn the key. Fingers, all of them. Cross them. Cross them for me, would you? This would be a good time in the video to do one of those. Hey, do you think it's gonna start or not? Put it in the comments right now before we get down to the main event. And while you're at it, hit like and subscribe for me, would you? Help me get some better equipment to work with. I appreciate it very much. Appreciate all of my subscribers, by the way. I'm pushing up right on 200, I think, which is kind of mind-blowing. So, hope you're enjoying my drama. Well, that moment has arrived. I gotta admit, I'm a little nervous about this. It is time. So, put the key on. We had our little theft lock light come on and off. We got a test check engine light. Fuel gauge pops up. Either that battery is not taking a charge or this gauge is not working at all. Not sure. We got our clock. It's doing the same thing it always did. I don't know. Auto? Oh yeah, look at that. Even that lit up. Well, I'll be dipped. I don't think this was underwater. I think the water line was fairly steep, kind of in this general direction. I know the glove box was, little plastic tub stayed dry, but I think the water was right up to it. And then it sort of was at a sharp angle, as you can see on the dash, maybe. Anyway, enough to, oh, wait a minute. What's this here? It's in 4 low. Somebody was trying to get out of the mud before it sank. I was wondering. Yeah, alright. Huh. Maybe there's more story than what I've heard so far. Anyway, I got no reason not to try it. So, I hope you got your guesses in. Is it going to start or is it not? Well, that was weird. Didn't start, but something definitely happened. Tried to start. Definitely tried to start. Thought sure it was going to start today. It's cranking and it's sputtering. Running. Smoothed out a little. So we got a check engine light on for sure. Tachometer's not working. I don't think our voltmeter's working. But the engine's running. And looky who just showed up. Just in time. Wow. Oh, well, that's the steam in the exhaust lines probably burning out.
I roll up and I just see white smoke coming out. I was like, he must have just started it.
Just started it. Well, also the oil that was in the cylinders and...
See how quickly I can get here from school? 35 minutes.
Is this oil?
It smells tasty.
It smells gassy.
It does smell awful rich.
I think it's having to figure out things. He's running.
Doesn't sound the best. There's smoke over here.
Well, that's because of the oil that came out of the cylinders onto the manifold. That's normal. That's what you want. Question is the alternator doing alternator things? Oh yeah. Don't do that. Turn this noise box off. I don't know that I've heard it sound exactly like this ever before. Did you have it in 4 low trying to back out?
What?
Did you have it in 4 low trying to back out?
Well, I went to put it in 4 low. I was like, no, that's going to suck water in. And then I put it into, well, I think I left it in 4 low, put it in park and turned it off.
I noticed it was in 4 low whenever
I was like, because I went to put it in 4 low, I was like, maybe I can back out, and then I realized water now.
Alright, so she's running, which is good. Self-sustained running.
Asked you to start up. Calm down. That. Oh, I wonder if there's water inside the muffler. It sounds extra muffled.
Oh yeah, that's probably.
That smells nice. There's clearly stuff burning inside the engine bay. I can smell that. That smells kind of like burnt plastic now. And fuel.
It doesn't smell like oil burning, so that's a good thing. I think it's just burning out a bunch of water.
I mean, I don't like how it sounds, but I think that's making some weird sparky sounds.
It's getting very hot.
Not very well vented. So new alternators and books.
Is our coolant level staying stable or is it going down?
That is down. Remember, it's supposed to be up here. That is down about half from where it was. Or we last saw it in the tow yard, at least. a new radiator isn't expensive if it has a hole.
I hope that would be where it's going. I hope it's not going through a head gasket or something, but if it was, at this point, you'd think it'd be going the other way. I can't imagine why a head gasket would suddenly pop. But I don't know everything about a truck that jumps in the water.
The filter's still good.
Yeah, I just put the new filter in. I cleaned all that out. We're burning oil off the manifold.
Real smoky.
Yeah, the oil off the manifold I'm not worried about. I expected that.
The coolant is low. But it already told me that before I wrecked it.
I think it was already low, though.
It was already low, but not that low. It was still to the fill line, remember? It's still nice and warm feeling. What do you taste? Oh, look at all that water coming out of the muffler.
Well,
or that's the fuel tank. I think that's the muffler. That's the muffler, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'd say there's water in there.
There's some condensation. There's some water boiling out. Just trying to see if I can smell coolant or something. No? This smells like gas. What do we got going on here? Just the exhaust burning stuff off, probably, I hope.
Well, the good news is the only water leak is from the exhaust.
Alright, well, the transmission doesn't seem to want to shift out of 4 low.
And have them do the interior.
Well,
Because I don't see too much wrong with the interior other than it's deep clean.
it definitely needs a clean.
Deep clean.
A deep clean. You know, just to get the water lines off, that's all you need.
And the pockets emptied of water.
Oh, I wonder, do the speakers work? Alright, little update. Seems to be stuck in 4 low for some reason. Might need to check if it, I'm not sure if it's the switch up here on the dash or an actuator might be full of mud or something underneath there. But really good news is with the engine running, got it on a little bit more of a level spot. Tranny fluid is not over full at all, so that's a good thing. So, what else can we check real quick? We got a little noises, which I think are mostly coming from the alternator, which probably is full of sand, and we'll explain that. It might self-clearance. Probably need a new alternator soon. We're still burning oil off the manifolds. Whenever we pulled the plugs, there was oil that had been forced up into the cylinders. And when we spun the engine earlier, well, the other day, we got oil all over. I think that's what's going on here. Well, there might be some pan of water somewhere down on the manifold. And or, yeah, it's just burning off oil. So, the basics of the engine and the transmission seem to be intact. And then we'll go from here. Good news. The brakes were feeling kind of weak, which is probably, you know, mud and stuff in the brakes. Huh? Engine's up to temp, that's good. Temp gauge is working.
RPM gauge is not working.
Yeah, tach's
Voltage gauge not working.
Voltage gauge seems to be dead.
Not working.
Of course, if it's got a voltage feed off the alternator, maybe. No, probably not. Maybe up here. Smells like someone's boiling some frogs.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let her get warmed up, and I think we're getting less steam than we were earlier. Still some, but Trying to guesstimate how much water was in the muffler, you know. Still dripping. So yeah, I think we're just boiling out steam from the muffler. The continuing saga of, well, we need a name for the truck now that it's had some life experiences. It was the Purple Hornet because of all the red-faced hornets when we first got it, and it's purple. And then it was, I don't know what, the Purple Rocket, Purple Submarine. I took a Chevy to the levee.
The levee was not dry.
Something. We got it. It needs a new name to reflect its aquatic heritage. Anyway, that's me and Jake out here assessing the situation. And I think next thing is get the pressure washer going, but that's going to require a garden hose. So I guess that's enough for one video, at least. So here we go. We proved that you can take a cat-eye Chevy off the levee and it'll still run,
Even if the levee isn't dry.
given, you know, the proper procedures and stuff to get the water out. So on to the next thing, try to figure out how to get out of 4-wheel high and all that. And anyway, till next time, I hope if you take your Chevy off the levee's dry. And so does Jake, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho, have a great one. Hey, click like and subscribe for me. I'd like to get this channel to monetize someday, and you know, you guys watch these things. High percentages of people that watch these things don't click subscribe, and it hurts my heart a little bit, but also it doesn't help me as far as my YouTube channel. So I'd really appreciate that. I thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Get out there and do some stuff. I mean, pull a truck out of the water or something.
Or drive it in the water.
Don't drive it. Oh, don't do that. Avoid that if you can. Anyway, we'll see ya.